You can't achieve anything in life without a small amount of sacrifice. A good fragrance should have a certain personality that makes people identify the scent with you. I do take advantage of, feeling sensual and feeling sexy. And I think that is tremendously empowering and is not diminishing in any way. I felt that any woman who is in control, who is in touch with her femininity and sensuality, is a woman that is empowered. I believe that every single one of us, celebrity or not, has a responsibility to get involved in trying to make a difference in the world. Our generation faces many challenges, some of which were passed on to us by the past generations. But it's up to us to find solutions today so that we don't keep passing our problems on. IPF for an ugly truth to a pretty light. If someone is telling me the truth, that is when I will give my heart. You're a song written by the hands of God. In this life, to earn your place you have to fight for it. My brain, I believe, is the most beautiful part of my body. Relationships have to have a give and take if they're going to work in the long term. I'm a multifaceted woman and person, like all women are. There's no black and white. We have shades of gray in the middle, and even many more colors that other people don't see. You feel that there is an avalanche coming when you meet the right person. Sensual is everything that refers to the delight of the senses. And that's what artists do, is stimulate the senses in any possible way. Because of you, I'm running out of reasons to cry. A man's car is like an extension of their ego and their manhood. A kid cannot learn with an empty stomach. In the full light of day, I don't want to think about the sunset. Life is a soccer field, don't you think? If I can contribute to people having fun, I would feel very fulfilled as an artist. I think the fragrance is all about sensations and imagery, and can evoke visions, feelings and thoughts. I thank God that I'm a product of my parents, that they infected me with their intelligence and energy for life, with their thirst for knowledge and their love. I'm grateful that I know where I come from. I do feel that I have to use my voice for those that don't have one. I have to do the best I can in my own work to represent my culture, represent the women of my country, of Latin America, what we stand for, what we're made of. I think love is something that you have to work on, and it develops over experience and time. Love is a practice. Fame isolates people from reality. That happens to many artists, and I don't want it to happen to me. Dealing with boys at work and being the only girl can be challenging. I have my insecurities, but I've learned I have to be a good sport. I have to be able to take certain jokes and not take them personally. There are jokes made almost every second of the day. I had to develop a tough hide, You know, the music industry is dominated by guys. President Obama is highly concerned with education. He's a champion on early childhood development strategies. So I like the work he's doing, and I support it. And I realize that he's one of very few political leaders around the world that actually has early childhood development strategies at the top of his agenda. The worst frustration for a singer is choosing a career in making music and then not being able to make music because you're always giving interviews. I think, if you can't prove the existence of God, it can only be proven through love. I know what I'm doing even when I'm wearing a pencil skirt. I'm like the mosquito. I love humidity. I don't sweat. I'm Colombian and nothing will change that. I never made it to the school choir because the music teacher didn't like my voice. I was pretty sad. But he was probably right. I did have a voice a bit like a goat. But my dad told me to never give up and to keep going, and it's paid off. I started my own Pies Descalzos / Barefoot Foundation when I was 18. We provide education to vulnerable children in Colombia and other developing countries. I am an avid believer that education, and especially early childhood development, is the key to breaking the cycle of poverty. I consider myself a laborer, building my career brick over brick under the sun. Education is the only way forward in Latin America and developing countries in general. I started the Pies Descalzos Foundation in Colombia when I was 18, and since then I have been very involved in the crusade for education. It's not easy to work with me. I recognize that. It's not easy if those people aren't as perfectionistic as I am. I'm a closet nerd. I love to study history and visit museums.